There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Rare Thursday night game. We're here with Stephen, the Honorable Stephen, who will be our judge tonight. And tonight is myself, David, versus Guillaume. Uh, we both have mine's kind of the same. I added some cards. Guillaume, a fresh new deck, so we're going to see what happens. Anything you guys want to say before we get started?
Nope. Yep.
No,
Honorable Judge
no, we
Stephen is
can.
presided. Yep.
All
I'll
right.
be
Well,
fair
I'm
then,
ready
to
to go.
anyone who gets out of line, and I
excellent.
don't
I
be.
see you got your snacks and your beverages all
Oh
ready to
yeah,
go there.
I'm ready to go. This
All
is my
right. Well,
entertainment for the night.
for the benefit of people who are not regular viewers, I'll let you know we are playing advanced rules. So if you're watching to learn how to play, that's something to keep in mind. And only the published uh, base set and expansions, no fan made cards or anything like that. So straight out of the box.
Next
And
time.
Guillaume, you are first, Stephen. I'm going to put you to the back. You know the international sign for uh, if you need to stop the game for rules.
Yeah, just pretend I'm drowning or something. Wave my hands, you'll see me.
Just have a conniption fit, and we'll get you back in. All right, gentlemen, here we go.
All right, so I have my 7 cards. I'm going to draw my free card. And I'm going to generate my res, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am not drawing any card. So you can go ahead, David.
Okay. Oh, I don't have my res counter set up. That'll take a minute. I'm going to sell 2. I'm going to sell take cover for 2 and successful diagnosis for 2. That'll make 4, so 9 total conspiracy. And I'm going to buy 2, so when my counter is up, I'll have 5 res and 4 conspiracy. And pass it back to you.
All right. So no healing, no requisition. I'm going to send everyone to the field. And before we go any further, I'm going to use Albert's token to look at your hand.
All right. Got laser barrier, Leonard, the mailman, Dr. Blockhead, thorough documentation, and site card Arlington, Virginia.
All right, so can you tell me what keyword Leonard has, please?
Leonard is adversary, evolutionary, and creature.
And his activator?
Conspiracy and sight.
All right, okay. Let me just check which card. Okay. So I'm going to play laser barrier to prevent you from playing laser barrier.
Laser barrier to prevent me placing. Okay. Oh, Stephen has wants to chime in on that one.
Oh no, actually, you're fine, David. I can't see your res counter because your playfield thing is your title is blocking it.
It's actually wasn't set up yet, so I gotta.
Oh, okay.
The phone was dead, so I had to go grab a charger, and then it needed some charge
Gotcha.
before I could use it.
Yeah, the tough call there, Guillaume. What did you decide which one you were going to cast his token? I kind of missed it.
Yeah,
I was waving my hand like, David, I can't see your res.
I settled on laser barrier.
Okay. Yeah, that Leonard is a formidable one because he can really come out on anything, as long as there's a sight card on the field.
Yeah.
Thought I was gonna have to go old school for a minute there and bust
Yeah, I
out
was
the old
wondering
tokens.
if they were if they were going to get used or not, because they were there.
Guillaume, I hope you're not waiting for me. You played your laser barrier?
And you only have 4 CP?
Correct, yeah. I used some to buy cards.
Okay.
I discarded 2 to get 4 points. That was 9. Oh, and then I bought 2, so I need to actually be up to 7 if my math is correct there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Guillaume. You're a true competitor.
Good man.
All right.
Okay.
Stephen, we'll see you later.
I'm going to play 2 sites. We're going to go to is it good? Let me check one more time. Yeah, so we're going to go to Arlington, Virginia, which is an occult investigation and affiliation, and we're going to go to Lake Okoboji, which is alien investigation and motive. So I'm going to use Box's token to pay for Arlington, Virginia, and I'm going to pay the 3 other RPs. Okay. So, are there any bluffs that you'd like to play?
Any bluffs? No, I'm gonna keep the ones I have.
All right. So I'm going to send Hostin, Burke, and Kresge to Arlington, and I'm going to send Boggs and Krychek to Lake Okoboji. I'm going to start with Arlington, which is occult investigation and affiliation. So it's occult investigation 4+, and I currently have 6.
Okay. can't. I gotta try to keep you from getting my affiliation early in the game. So I'm gonna play Leonard for 7. This card does not initiate combat. Flip the top card of the investigating player's bureau deck. If it is a witness card, then both Leonard and the witness card are removed from the game. If not, then keep flipping until a witness or 10 cards have been flipped. Flipped cards are placed on the owning player's discard pile. Again, he is adversary, evolutionary, and creature if you have anything you want to play against him.
I'm going to play the Thinker for 5 to change his alien keyword to healing, and I'm going to use Kreski's token to negate the card.
Okay. All right, then you're free and clear.
All right, so is your affiliation evolutionary?
I'll let you know. Here we are. Affiliation is not evolutionary.
All right. Okay, so that's it for Arlington. And next is Lake Okaboji. So alien investigation for plus and motive question. I currently have 5 alien investigation.
Can you plug that into the wall? Go for it.
Is your motive from security?
It is not.
Okay. Oh. All right. And I have 5 cards left.
I also have 5, so no discard.
Okay, and I don't have anything else to play.
All right.
So
then
you can
I'll
go ahead. It's your turn.
All right. Draw for turn. And I'll draw 2 for Mulder's res and no other cards. Just these 2 here.
All right. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to. I don't have many cards to sell, so I'm going to have to discard Krychek Possessed, which I really wanted to play, but maybe I will get a chance to play him. And I'm going to draw. Okay. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Okay, and back to you.
All right. I will also play Arlington, Virginia. For 2. And then I'm also going to play Thorough Documentation. Play prior to a site skill check. If the site skill check is successful, place this card in the Bureau section. You may discard this card in any of your investigation phases to add 2 to a site skill check. So I'm going to have that right there, and hopefully I will be successful. Any bluffs?
Yes. One bluff.
One bluff. Let's see it.
So you're sending everyone to the site?
Yes, everyone's going.
Okay. So it's pair troubles, play on a team of 3 or more agents, moving to the same site. The team can only send 2 agents to the site. Owning player's choice. So it's occult investigation, right? I have to, unfortunately, I don't have my agent's card in front of me, so I don't know how useful card troubles is going to be.
Refresh my memory. You choose or I choose?
No, you choose.
Okay.
So how many occult do you currently have?
4. With
Okay.
Fox Mulder and Jack Willis.
Okay, so that card is useless then. So I'm not acting on the bluff. You can send everyone if you want.
Okay.
And I don't have any cards left to play, so you can go ahead and ask your question.
So I will ask, is your affiliation alien?
No, it is not.
And since the investigation was successful,
Yeah.
I'll put thorough documentation in the Bureau.
That's a useful card. I've actually put it in my deck and I was hoping to play it. So yeah, it's nice to see it works. And before the turn is over, I'd like to play Rejuvenated Caves for 2. And I have 4 cards left.
I believe I'm going to amend my res. I had 8. I played 2 to do thorough documentation, but I didn't pay my 2 for Arlington, Virginia. So
Okay.
I'm going to move it down to 4. And turn goes to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So a free card. I'm going to generate my res. So that's 5. And I have friends in the FBI, which I like to play. And since we're in the briefing phase, I'm only going to be putting 8 tokens on it. So that will pay for the card. And I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Yeah. Okay, and back to you.
Okay. Going to sell medical treatment for 1 and Dr. Blockhead for 2 for 3 conspiracy. But then I'm going to turn around and buy 2, so I'll only gain that 1 conspiracy. And back to you, sir.
No requisition, no healing. Everyone stays where they are. And we're going to Central Prison, Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm going to use Box's token to pay for it. It's occult investigation or criminal investigation, and it's motive or method?
Okay. I will play one bluff.
Okay. Everyone's going to the site.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Laser barrier, but you got such a huge team there. I'm not sure exactly who I would eliminate there. I'm actually not going to play it.
Okay. So that was your first. You had discarded the first laser barrier.
No, this is the only laser barrier I've had so far.
Okay. All right. So is there any more cards that you'd like to play?
I don't have anything else.
Awesome. So I'm going.
Awesome for you.
Yeah, awesome for me. Yeah. So I'm going to be asking a motive question, and is your motive ideology?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. And I have 5 cards left. So
I only have 5 as well, so no discard.
okay, so your turn.
All right. Draw for turn. I'm going to play oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to draw 2 for Mulder's Res and gain 3.
Can I go ahead and sell my cards?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you already had done that.
Oh, no, sorry, I was waiting for you to give me the go ahead. I'm going to.
Lots of dead air there waiting for me to do that. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm going to sell the Geiger counter for 1, and I'm going to use 2 from the caves. That's 8. And I'm going to draw. I don't have many cards. I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Puts me down to 6. And back to you.
All right. Gonna play Los Angeles. And Broad Street. So Los Angeles is occult or evidence collection. You may ask one affiliation or one method. And Broad Street is criminal investigation. You ask one method. So I'm going to use 2 tokens. Going to keep one there from Mulder to pay for those. It's 3 total, 1 and 2.
Okay.
So I am just down 1.
All right.
And since are we in the deployment phase yet?
Yes.
I'm also going to play Road Trip for 1.
Okay, so you have to make a criminal investigation 6+6 skill check. Is that correct? To be
That is
able to use
correct,
the
sir.
team. Okay. Okay. I'm going to play. So the Los Angeles is criminal, and the other one is occult. Is that correct?
Los Angeles is criminal or evidence collection,
Okay.
and Philadelphia is just criminal investigation.
Oh, okay. That won't be useful. Since I don't have the cards in front of me, could you quickly tell me how many criminal investigation you have and how many evidence collection you have? All total currently.
Total?
Yes, so total, yes.
So criminal investigation, 8.
Okay.
And evidence collection, 8.
Okay. So I'm going to be playing 1 bluff on the one which is only criminal investigation. So I think it's
Okay.
Philadelphia.
You are correct.
And that's it.
Okay. Let's see your bluff. Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
send these 3 to Los Angeles and Phoebe Green to Philadelphia. And I'm going to start with Los Angeles.
Okay. So I'm going to play computer access denied for 2. I don't think you have any computer. I don't think you have 4 with that team. Is that correct?
What's the skill check again? Computer for how many?
4.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm paying for the card.
All right, well, that takes care of Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I'm going to use road trip as criminal investigation 6 or more. Mulder has 2. So 2, 4, 5, and then I'm going to use these 2 to pass the skill check. Let's put that away, and everyone is now at Philadelphia, and I don't have anything to go against your bluff. So go ahead and reveal if you're ready.
Yeah, it's a laser barrier, but I don't think it's going to be useful because I think every agent has criminal investigation. So unless I'm mistaken, even if I remove any one agent, the other 3 will be able to pass the criminal skill check. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not playing the bluff. So you can go ahead and ask your question.
All right. This is a method question. Is your method possession?
No, it is not.
And that's all I have. And I only have 5 cards, so no discard, unless you have anything else.
No, I don't have anything else to play.
Then pass to you, sir.
Okay, so I have only 4 cards. I'm drawing my free card. Okay. I'm going to generate my rise, which is 8. I was at 5. Is that correct? Stephen, do you, or David, did you? I have doubts. I think I
wasn't
was at
playing.
5.
I believe you.
Okay.
Stephen, any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
He's raising his hand. He says 5.
Okay, perfect.
He's holding up 5 fingers.
All right. So, and I'm going to use the 2 from friends in the FBI. Let's put me at 12. And I'm going to buy 2 cards. Or 3 cards. 3 cards. Okay. And okay, back to you.
Okay, I'm going to sell 2 cards, travel arrangements for 2, and a friend in the lab for 2, a total of 4. And I'm going to buy 1. And back to you, sir.
We're going to go to, so no healing and no requisition. We're going to go to Cumberland Prison, Virginia, which is a subterfuge for plus and affiliation question. Are there any bluffs that you'd like to play?
No bluffs.
Okay, everyone's going.
I've got nothing to stop you.
So it's an affiliation question. Is your affiliation occult?
It is not.
Okay, and I don't have any other cards that I like to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 7 cards.
Very good. I have 4, so no discard. You're all good?
Okay, yeah, your turn.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. And I'm only going to draw 2 using Mulder's Res.
All right.
And I generate Res 1, 2, 3. Okay. Your turn to sell and buy.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to part with Kristen Killard, and that's 7, and 2 from the caves, 9, and I'm just going to draw. I'm going to draw 1 card. Okay.
All good?
All good, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any healing or requisition. So going to deployment. All my agents are in the field. And I am going to play Central Prison, North Carolina. That is an occult investigation or criminal investigation 5+. And I can ask either a motive or method question. If I choose method and ask if it's possession, the skill requisite is only 4.
I'm going to play 1 bluff.
All right. All 4 to the site and ready to see your bluff.
It's Detective Tony Fiore. Play to cause your opponent to discard 2 cards at random from his hand immediately. So it's 2. It's 1 since it was face down, so I'm down to 7.
Okay, and I will point to the cards and you
Okay.
tell me which one you want to do.
All right. No. Yes, this one. And the last one. Yeah.
Okay. Bah, take cover. That's okay.
Okay, yeah.
But you got my government mind swipe serum.
Remind me what that does.
It's force an opponent to discard all cards in their hand that contain the keyword alien investigation or bureaucracy.
Mm-hmm.
This is one more for Stephen, but I see Stephen is waving his hands. So we're going to add him to the stream. What's on your mind, sir?
How are you paying for your site, David?
Oh, with the Mulder
token? All right.
My last Mulder token. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And well, I don't have any other cards to play, so you can ask your question.
Okay. I'm going to ask, what the heck? I'm going to ask another method question. And I will ask, is your method violence?
My method is not violence.
I only have 4 cards. That's it for that. I have no other cards to play, and I only have 4, so no discard.
And I have 6. All right.
Then
So
I will send the play to you, sir.
I'm drawing my free card. I'm going to generate my res, so that's 5. And the 2 from friend in the FBI. Okay, that's 14. And I'm going to draw I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
And back to you.
All right. Oh, these are all good. I'm going to sell Sharon Kavit for 3. And I'm going to buy 2. Adding 5 conspiracy, and play goes back to you, sir.
Oh, I hadn't put boxes token back. No healing, no requisition. I'm going to play. Let me check one last time. No, I can't do that. Damn. No, maybe. Oh. I'm checking one last time if what I want to do will work. Okay, I'm going to play 2 sites. We're going to go to University of Maryland, which is criminal investigation and result. And we're going to go to Mirrors Grove, alien investigation and result as well. So I'm going to use Box's token to pay for Mirrors Grove, and I'm going to pay 3. And back to you.
Okay,
So,
I have.
okay. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm going to play 1 bluff on Miller's Grove.
Okay. So I'm sending. I'm sending Kresge and Boggs to the University of Maryland, and I'm sending the other 3 to Miller's Grove. And we're going to start with Maryland. So it's criminal investigation for plus and result. And I currently have 4. 3 with Boggs and 1 with Kresge.
I'm sorry, which side are you playing? Is it the one with the bluff?
University of Maryland.
Okay, then I don't have anything for that one.
Okay. So is your result manipulation?
It is not.
Okay, so that's it for this site. And we're moving to the second site. So you can reveal your bluff.
My bluff is the mailman.
Okay.
Play this card to allow you to move one game effect token from any one card to another immediately. This may not take the card above its normal number of tokens allowed. You don't have any tokens left, do you?
Yeah, I only have one left on Burke.
I'm going to take that token and put it on Mulder then.
All right. So the token's gone.
And that's all I got. You're up.
So it's another result question. Is your result insanity?
It is not.
Okay. So I have 8 cards, so I need to discard one. And I'm going to discard the Dark Angel. And I have 7 cards. So
Okay, I have 4, so no discard.
Okay.
Mind if I get started?
Yes.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. And I'll generate my res, 2 for Mulder, which I'll use to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. And gain 3. And I'm going to use Agent Jack White's token to search through my bureau deck to draw any one site that you asks an affiliation question and add it to my hand.
All right.
Oh, unless you had anything to.
No, you can.
Okay.
No. Can I sell?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Okay, I'm not saying anything, but I'm going to use 2 from the caves. That put me to 9, and And I'm going to buy 2 cards.
Okay. And just to follow up, the card I chose is Striker's Cove in Blue Ridge Mountains, Georgia. It's an affiliation question, so I'll add that to my hand. I'm sorry, did you already sell and buy? Is that...
Yes, yes. You can continue. I think I screwed something up with my sheet list. Okay, we'll see.
Okay. Well, I am going to play the Striker's Cove. And I will pay with, it's 2, so I'll pay with 1 from Mulder and 1 from my conspiracy points.
Okay. So Striker's Cove. So it's alien. No, it's criminal, right?
Oh, I beg your pardon. It's evidence collection 4
Okay.
and ask an affiliation.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to play 1 bluff.
Okay. I am going to deploy all agents to the site. I don't have anything to counter your bluff, so go ahead and reveal when you are ready.
So it's a nasty surprise. So it doesn't prevent your investigation, but it allows me to add 5 to my pool. So it's a cost of 3. So I'm going down to 5, and then I'm going to add 5. So put me up to 10.
Okay.
And I don't have anything else to play, so you can go. It's an affiliation question, is that correct?
Correct, yes. I'm going to ask, is your affiliation occult?
So my affiliation is not occult.
Okay. All right, that takes care of that. I don't have any other cards, and I have 7 in my hand, so no discard.
Okay. So I just have one question. It just occurred to me. So yeah, it's so you know I have the 2 cards in my hand, but it's about counterintelligence. So I know that I have to ask the same characteristic question. So can I have to ask an affiliation, but do I have to ask if the affiliation is occult, or can I ask if the affiliation is anything else.
Let's bring in our judge here, just so we get a consensus.
You're asking about counterintelligence measures?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna play that card after. You just asked if his affiliation was occult, right?
Correct.
Yes. So,
Okay.
do I have to ask if the affiliation is occult, or can I ask any question about the affiliation?
After you answered that it was not occult, David must now answer that same question. So, Guillaume, you're going to ask David, is your affiliation occult? And you go ahead and respond if you decide you're going to play that card. So basically, David's just answering the exact same question that you just answered, Guillaume.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Stephen. So no, I'm not going to play the card.
All right, then, unless you have a discard, play goes to you.
Yes, I have one card that I have to discard.
Is it counterintelligence? No.
Well, yeah, I might be sticking with that one. I'm going to discard Church of the Red Museum. And I now have 7 cards.
All right, play goes to you then, sir.
All right, so my free card. Okay. And my res is 5. And friend in the FBI. I'm going to draw 4 cards. And back to you.
I'm going to sell Grid Pattern Search for 2. And I'm not buying any, so play goes back to you, sir.
No healing, no requisition, and we're going to Central Northwest Oregon. So I'm going to use I'm going to use Box's token to pay for 1, and that puts me down to 10. And it's an investigation and affiliation question.
Okay. I have 2 bluffs.
So I'm going to play Alien Discretion. So it's 2 bluff plus 1, so to discard the 2 bluffs, unless you can negate Alien Discretion.
As much as I'd like to, I cannot. That was going to be a fun one. It was Detective Tony Fiore. And this is not happening. I was going to make you discard 5 cards.
Oh, I do have a lot of cards, but that would have been really that would have still hurt me.
Quite a Chinese fan you have going there.
Yeah, that's true. Is there any more card that you like to play?
I have nothing else to play, so go ahead to ask your question.
Everyone was going to the second way. So, is your affiliation primordial?
It is not.
Okay, so.
Oh, Steven's got something here. What's going on, sir?
Guillaume, what site was that?
It was coastal Northwest Oregon.
Okay. There was a bit of a glare, and I was like, "Wait, is that it?" From where it looked like almost like Mount Avalon from where the glare was looking. Okay, so yep, that was my only question. You're good. Carry on.
You don't want to tell him that I can go ahead and play my bluffs?
What? No. Yeah, I was just trying. I could not, for the life of me, figure out what site that was because I missed the part where he said what site it was, and I was like, "Wait, is that Mount Avalon?" But now with it out of the glare, I was like, oh, "Okay, it's not."
I saw you waving. I thought, "Oh, he's got a rule that's gonna make it. So I
Sorry,
can play
David.
my bluffs."
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're good. You're good, gentlemen.
So I think that is true that I think that I crossed something that I shouldn't have, but I'm going to go ahead and try to guess your X-File. Is your X-File alien conservationist?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, I was worried because I think at some point there is something that I didn't cross or that I crossed off and that I shouldn't have. So I was trying to replay the question that I asked. So yeah, okay.
Nice job.
Oh, well done, Guillaume. Nicely played. Well, nicely played, both of you. But that turned into just over an hour. So yeah, you guys both put up a good fight.
And
yes.
So that taught me that about counterintelligence because when you played the site, it was affiliation. So I thought, okay, I will play counterintelligence and I will be able to ask an affiliation question. So I actually had an adversary for you, but I decided to let you go ask the question so I could ask any affiliation question. And then once you asked if it was occult, I figured that was a wrong play on my part because I'm stuck with occult. So yeah, I was so excited to be able to finally play counterintelligence measures, but okay. It's not as useful as I thought it could be at this point in the game anyway. If you play it early in the game, it's useful, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I have it in my deck, but yeah, it just hasn't come up. Or it's just it's such an expensive card too. I mean, for what you're getting, Deep Throat costs 5.
Yeah.
And you can ask any characteristic question, whereas with counterintelligence, you're limited to what specific question your opponent asks. And so, I don't know. It just seems the cost doesn't seem, balanced, compared to, something of like, say, Deep Throat or something. So, yeah. But as you said, if it comes up early in the game, yeah, you're basically, the cost is worth it in that sense. But yeah, but later in the game, as you said, not so much.
And because at that point I had already asked evolutionary and occult, so yeah, it was useless.
I wouldn't get anything out of that.
And one card which I'm always surprised it costs so little is Computer Access Denied because it's only 2 CP, but it's usually useful against most teams. So
yeah. And you have other similar cards along those lines, like say Paperwork, for instance, which costs 5. It costs 5 RP? Or no, CP.
Where is it? It's 4.
It costs 4, but yeah, still it's just like that still seems like a lot, compared. And plus your criminal investigation is a little easier for most teams to make, as opposed to
True.
the computer. So if anything, it just seems, like the computer access denied is, you're getting a bargain with that card. And the same could be said for like authorized access only, which forces them to make subterfuge 4, and that I believe that costs 4 CP as well. So no, I love computer access denied. It is a great card, for what you're paying to use it. Of course, with your team, Guillaume, I'd have to be careful because you got Chuck on your team, so I'd have to be careful when I'm gonna play that card.
And when we played, I was upset because I didn't get to draw either Kevin Morris or Kristen Killer, and I had Kristen Killer at the beginning of the game, but at first I was not sure if I should play her because I didn't want to use too many RPs, and so I ended up selling her anyway. But RP and CP are good at this point of the game, but for at least half the game, I didn't have much RP or CP, so I was trying to be careful how I spend it.
It was a much needed sacrifice, and I didn't make a point of keeping track of how many occult or criminal sites you've played after discarding that card to see if was that actually whether it would have been worthwhile. I don't know. Yeah, probably not at the time.
I think
3 RP would have, or CP would have been worth it.
I think I only played 1 criminal and 1 occult, so it was the right call.
Yeah. Kudos on playing the mailman too as well, David. That was a good one.
It was the first time that I saw that, and I was afraid once you played the mailman, and I was afraid that you were going to play a Manitou or something like that, because then I would not have been able to negate it.
Yeah, that's a good card, especially if Guillaume and I were to play it, and it would get us Albert Hostein's token back. That alone, would make for a worthwhile effect. I have it in mind. It just hasn't come up. I just have 1 in my deck.
I mistakenly played that 1 turn too early after that because I actually wanted to use it. I wanted to use Jack Willis's token to find an affiliation site. Next turn, I would have used Mailman to get another token back from him and find another affiliation site, since that's like my strategy is to pound on the affiliation questions until I narrow it down and then do the others. So hindsight's always 20/20. But
and I like that you got to play thorough documentation, which would have been really useful, and I have it in my deck. It hasn't come up, but I think it's a really good card which we don't get to see a lot.
I put that in there because I kept getting burned with like computer access denied. Of course, it wasn't enough to help me with that one, but Stephen was telling me, you need to get some of these cards that change the prerequisite to something else. And I thought, well, thorough documentation will help me if I get played on that, since it's usually only like a skill check 3+, and most of my agents can do that, but except computer.
Yeah, can they do? Your team can. Someone has bureaucracy, don't they?
Somebody does. Hold on.
Willis.
No, I got nothing.
Oh, then Detective Thompson would own you as well. So I mean, it's a novel idea, considering that card can be used to combat some of those unwanted bluffs. But no, that's good thought, because I mean, there's things like spying mission that works as an alternative, but you have to have subterfuge in order to be able to use that. Guillaume would probably benefit from having spying mission.
I do. I have 2, and I had 1 in my hand since the beginning of the game. I didn't get to use it, but I was holding on to it because I thought it would be useful.
Yeah, because the unexplainable time loss is just bound to come up on you at some point, given that your team is now lacking in sciences. That's a good
No,
card to have.
I can if they're all together, they can still.
If they're all together, yeah.
If they're all together, yeah. I actually played 2 sides, and it was not the strategy. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not my strategy with the team, because it was a team which is mostly built to stick together and only investigate one side. But since I saw David's hand at the beginning of the game, I figured that at least I'll try to investigate 2 sides. It might be my only chance. And yeah, one of my regrets in the game is that I didn't get to use Crycheck Possessed, which I was hoping to finally try, but
it didn't come up.
You had to discard it.
I had to discard
it. Oh,
I
missed that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't see your discard pile because of the
because of
title thing, so I didn't see him go in there. That's too bad, because he's that's a good card. I'm eager to see. I have a along the same lines. I have not ceremony. The one for Mulder. Is it ceremony? No, it's a near-death experience. I keep getting that one. Yeah, I have that one in mind, but it's like Mulder never gets damaged, because we just haven't seen a whole lot of adversaries. So I was like, all right. So I haven't, either I wind up selling it or it just sits in my hand waiting for an adversary to come up.
And speaking of adversaries, I have the Dark Angel in my hand, but in my deck, but I think I'm going to remove it because it's so expensive.
Yeah. When are you going to have there are occasions that, you have 10 CP, but you don't want to just bank on that alone.
No, because if your opponent can find a way to negate it, then you end up with nothing. So yeah, I think I'm going. It is a powerful adversary, but it is rightfully. I think the cost is right, but like for instance, I had 10 CP, but I would not have used it for the Dark Angel. So I'm going
the Dark
to.
Angel
I think I'm going to. Yeah.
Is it affiliation site?
Yes, it's affiliation.
Yeah. See, if it was for 10, oh jeez. Yeah, no, it just doesn't seem worth the cost.
I think it can take out at least 2 agents, but
if you had something like Amaru Urn out there, then that would be different, because then the Dark Angel could get played on any site at that point. But beyond that, it's just too expensive to hold on to.
Yeah. And my X-Fire was Commander Henderson.
Yep. Good stuff. It's
one of the few. I grabbed a few X-Fire cards before I left, so I only had a few to choose from. So yeah, I think I only had 4 or 5 X-Fire cards.
All right, so you have enough for 2 or 3 more games, and then you have to get back home. Otherwise, you're reusing them.
Yeah, but since we're leaving, we only have 1 full day left, so that should be okay. I should be home pretty soon.
All right. So thinking, so Saturday, you said you're not available on Saturday, right?
No, I'm not.
David, you're available. So it might just be still nothing. Nathan's just been silent, but so it might just be the 2 of us going head to head on Saturday then. So you down?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. Yeah. I'm just tweaking mine as it goes, just mostly removing cards just to whittle it down to a reasonable level. So you're not gonna see a whole lot of change in mine. I think I added like 2 cards, but I subtracted about 8 since the other night.
You're probably going to see the same deck here, because I just want to test it on a couple games and see if I find out anything.
Yeah, no, you're learning it with each and what you need and what you don't need.
And you got to play Road Trip, which you could use to investigate the two sides. So yeah, it did work. Do you have two road trips? Do you have two road trips in your deck?
He does.
Yep.
He played 2 road trips on his game with me, and I was like, dang, I need to get a road hazard in my deck.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm playing David alone, I was like, oh, I'm game with David, or road hazard. Maybe 2 road hazards, knowing he's got 2 of them in there. Or 2 road trips, that is.
And next, well, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we'll try to play the Season 4 expansion.
That reminds me. Yeah, I meant to show you. Yeah, I forgot to show you guys. The mail came today, and I wasn't expecting it for another week because, yeah, a lot of times when Jack sends something, it takes a little bit to get over across the pond. But I should have thought about it before I sleeved them. So I'm not sure you're gonna get to. All right. There's a glare. Yeah.
But you received the adversaries and the witnesses.
He sent me the witnesses a little while ago, but today I got all the adversaries for the Season 4 expansion. They are all accounted for. And yeah, I have about 6 witnesses from the set as well, in addition to all the agents for the set. So yeah, no, it was exciting. It's like
I'm sure it must be really exciting to finally have the cards in hand after you spend so many time working on them.
Yeah, and just looking at them, the quality of the printing and everything, just how they came out. Yeah, I especially like how the Peacocks. The Peacock Brother card looked. I was like, maybe I'll drop it in my deck and surprise David with it on Saturday.
Like, surprise.
Yeah, no, but not yet. No, we'll wait till Nathan and Guillaume are available to sit in on that. If we're all 4 present and accounted for, definitely want to see that. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything but what I mentioned before, but yeah, I'm looking forward to having the complete set on hand for whenever we go.
Make it official.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be a fun one to record.
No longer be unsanctioned.
Oh, it'll still be unsanctioned.
Sanctioned by us.
Yeah. But just seeing it getting tested will be a surreal feeling after all these many months working on it. Actually getting to see the cards in action, that'll be a sight to see.
And I was reviewing the Scully expansion, and so for our expansion, do we consider the unreleased Scully card canon? In that we will not be using their effects. Is that correct?
Oh, what was your question?
For instance, in the Scully and released expansion, there are some a few good cards, a few good event cards. So we will not, just to be sure, we will not be using the same effects for our expansion.
Yeah. Let's steer clear of any effects that have already been, whether they're in the existing ones or I do look to those for inspiration, but I'm not drawing anything specifically from them. Now, the thing is, though, we still have yet to see most of the bluffs for the Scully expansion. So it's possible. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if, Dax and Mike and Matt do an unveiling, and then I'm suddenly like one of the effects suddenly matches with one that I won't be surprised on that. It's possible.
I think looking at the mechanics that they were trying to set up, I think we should be okay because they were mostly change the side prerequisite from X skill to another skill, or it was they were trying to
make the adversaries basically be able to attack without requirements, or -4 to your
Yes, -4
skill
from
set.
criminal. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
there were a few of those. Yeah, you're probably right, but of course there could be some. Yeah, the ones
there
we
could be
have
a
could
few
be.
surprises, but
Yeah, it's possible. But yeah, I have about 25, 26 bluffs. I mean, and if they are, hey, we were working with the information that we had at the time, so yeah, it is what it is. And
And
we
whenever
can
we
always
play,
modify it later.
whenever we
David?
play, I was going to say whenever we play, we can decide one or the other, but never both, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm. Do we? I know they're not official, and because they weren't released, but we know they were bound to be. If we just would either of you guys object to having them played in just like if we're just playing a regular game like today? If we had any of those cards in the deck,
I would object because they're not readily available.
Mm.
You can't just go to the store, go to eBay and score them. That's why
well, you could
if
just
you
go
guys,
straight to Dax and score them.
well, yeah,
Actually, that's
suppose.
easier. Like I was trying to find, I was just searching online because I search eBay once in a while for some cards that I may only have like one of, and I was looking to see if there were any copies of One Breath available, and I couldn't. There was not any out there. That card, it just like you were looking for Nurse Owens the other day. It's like, no, if anything, it's easier to get cards from Dax, than it is to score some of these rare truth is out there cards. Good lord, because I mean, I only have one copy of One Breath, which allows you to draw any event card, from your deck and add. That'd be a great card to have 2 copies of in my deck. Good lord, because guess what? I'd be pulling out blackmail when I need it, things like that. Yeah. Pull out my video cap if it doesn't come up early enough, things like that. I'd love to, be able to pull any event card when I needed it. But yeah, that card is rare.
I would ask if you wanted to play those cards that we establish it like not before the game, the night of,
No
but
surprises or anything like that. Yeah.
So I can either prepare for it or call up Dax and be like, overnight me some.
Yeah, and we can, and he hasn't. It's not like those are. He's not like giving them out like in bulk or anything. He's actually like I only have 6 if I'm not mistaken, and I think actually like maybe one of those 2 came from like Mike or Matt in an early contest. But and actually he said I think he's reprinting some of them because there might have been a mistake or something on there, something that he missed. But I haven't looked at him to see if I could find what it was. So he might actually be sending. Yeah. Oh no, I only have 5. You have interrogations though, don't you?
I
you
have
do.
interrogation. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, one of you won that contest along with me.
Yeah.
I was sure of that. But yeah, no, I only have 5 of the Scully set from him. But yeah, he might, if he's reprinting them, he might send them. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I was just wondering about whether it's like they're canon, but they're not canon in a sense. But yeah, no, we can. If you guys wind up getting your hands on the same ones, then yeah, we can, just make that decree in advance.
There are a few good cards, but except for the witnesses, which are totally useless. I was counting, and between the witnesses for the Mulder expansion and the Scully expansion, there are over 60 witnesses for season 3, which is insane.
So many. Basically, every character in season 3 is
true.
present in witness form.
But all of them suck, except what's his name?
Wayne Morgan.
True to the country song.
Yeah, I mean, some of them I wouldn't mind having because they have such, because they can add to one or the other of a site. skill check, and sometimes it's like they had 2, 3, or 2, and I was like, that's not bad.
And I was also surprised because there are 2 adversaries from the list, which I don't think that episode deserves. There is 1 adversary for, and they're basically from the same scene. So yeah, I just couldn't understand the thinking. Yeah.
I don't.
It really looks like they were desperate for
maybe
cards.
they forgot that they did an adversary card for the list, and like, oh yeah, we forgot about that, or they just really thought maybe they weren't a fan of the effect the first time round. No idea.
And looking back on those cards, there is one card that I was surprised because there are the cards that Dax made, and I think a few years ago there were I don't know, first versions of the cards in really bad quality, which you could find online. And on one of those cards there is an event card, and it's obsessed, and it uses the exact same image as another season 3 bluff, and I just can't find it. There is No One Believes You. There is No One Believes You, and that exact same image is used in another event card, which is called Obsessed. And so I don't know if it was the first version of the card or if they had just completely forgotten that they had used the image. But I'm not sure how official those old bad quality scans are, because they do look official, and they all have the same font. They even have the Fox copyright on the side. So
the image is the only thing that's often questionable, because what he has is like a scanned black and white printout of it, and sometimes the image is just so dark you can't really see what it is, or he can sort of make it out, and so it's kind of a it's a
because
close.
I think that there is a time code under the image, so I think
it's
because
close.
Actually I messaged Dax yesterday because I had the question. There is an event card which is Losing Your Tail, and on the first bad quality version that I had, it was a 0 cost, and on the card that Dax had made, it was 3 RP. So I asked him about that, and he sent me a photo of the sheet that they use, and it was definitely written 3 RP on it. So I don't know why the bad quality scan that I had 0 CP. So that's what makes me question the other cards, because not the one that Dax has made, but the one that I had found a few years ago.
And the ones that are on those sheets that you saw, those are not. I mean, those were proofed to an extent, but there are still some mistakes, and I think actually that might be what he's reprinting, is that he found some mistakes that were not caught on those sheets, and then just is going to resend them or resubmit them for printing. In that case, as I pointed out,
it's really interesting to compare the two, and you could see that on the first version the quote is not the exact same quote from the episode. There are some words which are changed, and actually on the picture of the sheet that Dax sent me, there was a handwritten note, and someone had said like, if possible, make the quote longer. And I thought that was really interesting to see how they were working back then.
Yeah, a lot differently than the way we're doing it with our expansion. Yeah, and who's to say one way is better than the other? But I think we got a good system, here. Well,
we don't have to worry about submitting it to Fox or to certain actors. To make sure the image is good.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to seeing more of those cards unveiled, just because for one, it's like I might be inspired to do some more, because I mean bluffs were one of the cards. I think bluffs are the things I had the hardest time writing, because it just the variations of the effects just seemed so limited in a lot of ways, or it's just like, oh, that's just an event effect. So seeing more bluffs would might be helpful as I'm thinking about future bluffs to write.
Yeah, and I think that with bluffs, you have to try to stay. You can be too specific because then you won't be. You won't want to include it in your deck because you think that situation will never come up. Whereas event cards can be specific because you can use event cards based on your strategy.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. They were almost. They were close to filming it, but then, yeah, they had it was like the one day that week that Dax could not film it. He was just like, I can't do it. So any other day this week would have worked, and then they would have been able to get that video filmed. So I don't. So yeah, it's still TBD on when we'll see those last remaining cards. There might be some event cards that we have yet to see. There might maybe one or two. They're not many though. Not many. But,
because there are many gaps in the collection. So yeah, I would love to finally be able to see all of those cards once and for all.
We're getting there. Yeah. And then at that point, then we could be looking at possibly I don't know how he's going to do it, but we might be looking at the possibility of us being able to request to purchase the complete set, which
that will make a huge order because there is also the fact that he can only fit so many cards in one envelope, and there are, I think, 125 cards, I think, or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
we'll have to pay a hefty amount for shipping, understandably so, and worth it, as compared to the cost of trying to find these anywhere else. If they were commercially released and we're buying booster packs to try to get them all. Yeah. Way cheaper just to, flip the cost for shipping and printing, again.
We need to find a printer in the US.
Yeah. One that's willing to print. Yeah. Whether it be trademark or non-trademark. Yeah. I was like, I don't really care one way or the other. As long as they're good quality and they're printed on the same stock as the existing cards.
All right, well, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it.
Yep. All right.
Thank you for a great game,
Saturday, David.
Yeah, thank you.
Safe travels getting back and all that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.